Hello everybody again, it's Peter the Rock, Thursday the 29th of August, 2 seconds after the previous video, to give you a chance to get your breath back. Now luckily I'm in the same place as the end of the previous video, and what can we see? We can see Dominique almost at the end of its route. There's a big concrete hard standing between me and Dominique, maybe 100 yards square. Now by all accounts I get a lot of information, well quite a lot of information, from people who follow my videos, and they sometimes come up with quite interesting facts or bits of interest. And somebody told me recently, I'm sorry, I just can't keep a track of who told me what. And somebody told me recently that big hard standing area, that 100 yards by 100 yards, is where Dominique will be dismantled and taken to France. That's its next destination. It's been booked to do some, presumably, viaduct building in France. And of course it's far too big to transport in any other way other than in parts. It was before it came here, it was in Hong Kong, I believe. So it's transported halfway around the world to come here to build a viaduct across the Colne Valley. This I can't get over this hill. It's almost like another volcano. Maybe those crash barriers are there for sport. Perhaps in the future they will encourage people to go up to the top and ski run down. I haven't seen ski running in the Olympics, but there are lots of things that aren't in the Olympics. So let's have a look at what's going on in a little bit more detail. Now, if we extend, I'm nearly above where the HS2 trackway goes underneath the Harvil Road, which I'm on, and comes out the other side, immediately goes into a tunnel. I think it's the Copthall Tunnel. So that huge mountain, which is almost reminiscent of Close Encounters of the Third Kind mound. Very good film. Pretty unbelievable, but there you go. Most films are. Anyway, there's a lot of sort of ancillary, I'm going to use that word inadvisedly, ancillary work going on round near where Dominique will end up. Possibly they're building roads, paths. There's a ditch down there with a big pipe in it. Might be the gas pipe. In fact, there are a few more bits of pipe over there. As some of you will know, when I worked on a building site, well, I worked on a couple of building sites. It's a U9 bus. Fantastic. Anybody who wants to come and see this, the only way to get here by public transport is to get the U9. Anyway, when I worked on building sites, one of my major jobs was to help the bloke who would dig the ditches, and he was called Fred or something. He always wore a cardigan even in the hot summer, and I don't remember exactly what I did. I'd sort of get things out of the way or help him remove some of the material or whatever, and that was quite nice. And that ditch eventually had some drains put in it, and they are still there if you look at it on Google Earth. I'm not wishing to advertise. I was going to say other Earth views are available, but I really just don't know if there are. Anyway, I did look it up once to see if the drain was still there, and I think you could still spot a manhole cover where I worked all those years ago. There's a hive of activity It's fantastic, and all sorts of machines in action. The time is about 4:30 in the afternoon, and you can almost sense the anticipation and the fact that Dominique is moving towards its final destination. In other words, me. This way. Obviously, it's not moving towards me, but it's a fine day. It's a beautiful valley. It will remain a beautiful valley with a few surprisingly new hills, which will be covered in grass or flowers or whatever. Again, I'm not going to say I just don't know, because that would be twice in one video, and that's so uncool, and I want to be cool. Anyway, I'm sure quite a few people have subscribed to this channel, maybe from miles away, some from abroad, some from Ireland or Canada or New Zealand or the Midwest of the United States, and so therefore it's difficult for them to get here on a weekly basis to film the progress of Dominique, although I'm sure you'd like to. So I'm doing it for you. It's all free, gratis. Anyone can watch any YouTube video. It doesn't cost you any money. It does cost you money if you watch a live stream, and that's how I got into YouTube. I used to watch YouTube has its own algorithm, and it prompted me to look at someone called Dr. K, who's a pianist, and I quite liked his videos. And his sidekick was Terry Miles, who also is a pianist. They both played a lot of boogie woogie and still do on public pianos in Pancras Station and all over the place. And Terry has his own house in Hackney, and he has a basement which is full of synthesizers, and he live streams every now and then, and can play more or less anything. So it's a wonderful thing to see a pianist who just can play anything by ear. And he's a great character, lovely man, in his 50s, looks a lot younger, and his family support him. So if you're interested in all sorts of music, Terry Miles is your man. Look him up, and if you find a live stream, all the better. And when I got into the live streams, I saw that people were contributing, and you donate money live if you want to. You can say send a £5 or £1 or £10 or a few dollars or a few Hong Kong pounds or whatever they are. And so I needed a name, and that's where the Peter the Rock thing originated, because Petrus is the Greek Latin for rock, and also I like rock music. Cut a long story short. Anyway, this is another view. It's almost as if it almost looks as if it's moving. Is Dominique moving, or is that a deceptive thing moving towards me? You know how sometimes you sort of walk in a direction and then you look away and everything moves backwards to the way you were seeing it? That could be the optical illusion I'm getting, or it might be moving towards me. Again, I just don't know. But you can see where the trackway is going to be. I don't know if this particular wall is going to be heightened or even lowered, but in the future people will stand here agog, ladies and gentlemen, watching trains go by at 225 miles an hour with passengers frantically scrabbling at the windows with their bread rolls in one hand, trying to open the window to feed the ducks on the lakes near the Grand Union Canal. but of course the windows will all be locked and the ducks will be hungry. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Like and subscribe. Cheers.